Hey guys, Mark here. David Cross, who's joining us today on today's podcast. He has a wonderful podcast called the Award Wieners Movie Review Podcast. It's an excellent show where they talk about Academy Award winners that won Best Picture, and they match it up with a Oscar Mayer hot dog recipe. It's a fantastic show. You should definitely listen to it. Give it a shot. Thanks. Welcome to Movies, Films, and Flicks. I am Mark Hoffmeyer, and joining me is a dinosaur man, a T-Rex on the loose, and if you mess with him, he's gonna cook your goose. It's David Cross.
Rawr! What's going on, man?
Good, man. I mean, everything's different. It's a different game. Jump into the fire, jump into my brain. Dinosaur music inside my brain. Sometimes I feel like I'm gonna go insane. Feel the rumble, feel the roar, feel the music of the dinosaur. And then a prehistoric dude, king of the jungle coming after you, a T-Rex on the prowl, a reptile on the move. Better watch your step. I'm coming after you.
Do you know when I knew I would love this movie?
When?
When that song started playing.
Yeah, this was... So I had the menu on, and I think the movie ended and the menu came back on. And I just wasn't paying attention, and the song was just playing over and over. And I used to be in a band called the Brewskis, and we were terrible, and this sounds like a Brewskis song, but not as good, and we were really bad. So I knew this movie had something going for it. The director, you listen to the commentary of this movie, Tanny and the Teenage T-Rex. That guy he knew nothing about that song.
He didn't know anything about a lot of parts of the film.
Yeah.
Which is insane. He's like, I made this thing for $1 million and then I gave it away and that's it. I haven't thought about it in 25 years.
So you're a director, right? And you've had a couple box office flops that haven't done too well. Mac and Me, Ice Pirates, movies like that. Someone calls you up and says, in 3 weeks, I have a Tyrannosaurus Rex model for 1 week. I need you to write the script, cast, find locations, costume, and get this thing ready to go in 3 weeks. Would you do it?
Yes. 100%. I mean, the thing about this guy is he seems like this type of guy, he'll just get anything done. It doesn't matter. He's like, yeah. And he's realistic. Because when I watched the director's commentary and his interview on the Blu-ray, he was basically like, I like money. I'll get this done.
He's like, I hadn't worked in a while. I'll get paid. I'll do it.
Yeah, exactly. And to be frank, like the quality is pretty good.
I mean, the thing is, he had 3 weeks. So so Street Fighter, we just released one of the episodes, and I wrote about it for its 25th anniversary. It had a year to be written, shot, and put in theaters. That's a year. This one had, well, not to get put in theaters, but they had months to get ready for it. This one had 3 weeks to write a script and cast. Man, I would love it. You and I just sitting there hammering out a movie, and we're like, we don't have time. We have no time. And we just hammer out this movie, which, okay, this movie has a logic to it, correct? There is a ABC structure in this film.
Yes. There is a story arc, though whether that arc ends, I would quibble with.
Yeah. And I also love how in the commentary, which I think was really smart, he said that Stuart Raffles said, I am not going to shoot anywhere that's more than 20 miles from my house. So they drew a radius around his home and they just shot around there, like fires be damned that were happening. The T-Rex in the beginning, that's in a soundstage. So, I mean, they just used the soundstage as a warehouse. Very thrifty picture, I would say.
He's a super tactician. Like, listening to him talk, he's like, okay, I have to make a movie for $1 million. I have to do it as fast and cheap as possible, combine all the scenes in as many locations as possible. It's amazing. That might be more interesting to talk about, is just how they accomplish this feat.
I love in the Vinegar Syndrome. So you stayed up late and bought this at midnight, Black Friday. I got up early and bought this Blu-ray on Black Friday, so we both have the same one. And in the commentary, I thought it was really interesting how the guy leading the discussion asked Stewart, like, hey, did you have time to think? Or did the actors have alternate takes? He's like, no. he's like, they got like one take maximum because they had no time to shoot this movie.
Yeah.
But I just love, though, that he said, like, did your characters have chances? No. Get out there and act. 2 takes, maximum.
Yeah, so let's take a step back a little bit, Mark, and I want to tell you why I wanted to cover this film.
Because it's amazing?
Because, well, it came out, so we're doing the Gore cut of Tammy and the T-Rex, or Tammy and the Teenage T-Rex. This movie has like 5 names.
2 ends instead of 2. Okay, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but did you know anything about Tanny and the Teenage T-Rex?
No, I knew nothing about it at all.
And when the credits came up, were you confused?
Very confused.
Yes, I just thought, what? What is happening here? I don't get it.
I thought I was having a Berenstein Bear moment, and then I restarted the movie to look at the beginning credit. I was like, what? I thought this was Tammy and the T-Rex, and then I pulled out my phone and looked it up on my phone to like check Rotten Tomatoes. I was like, am I going crazy? Is this part of the joke?
And then it's Tammy. It's not Tanny and the Teenage T-Rex.
Yeah.
They had no time for this movie. I love it.
No time. But I wanted to do this movie because it sort of fits the cross section of things I love, which are B movies and horror movies. And I had never heard about it until a while back when I read an article on Bloody Disgusting. And they're like, this movie's great. And I was like, well, I like Bloody Disgusting and I love B movies, so let's do this. The crazy thing about this, Mark, is that when we went into this, I thought this was going to be a serious film. I had never seen it before. I didn't realize it was a horror comedy. So when it started, I was like, oh, whoa, this is not what I thought I was going to be into.
Yeah, I mean, so there's some, this sounds weird, right? But there's a decent amount of gore, but there's just some pretty nasty scenes. So Paul Walker, if you're listening to this, you've seen the film. So do we need to do you want to do a quick breakdown so we can get that out of the way so we can just jump in and that. All right, you want to knock it out in like 40 words or less?
Oh yeah. Okay. Denise Richards' boyfriend has his mind dropped into an animatronic T-Rex, and they have to get his body back and take vengeance on the gang that beat him up and caused it, essentially.
This is a rough world that this movie takes place in. The villain in this film, Tommy, he is abusive. He's a murderer. He is responsible for death. He's showing up whenever he wants. He's basically has free range to be evil. Then you have evil scientists who are murdering people and taking them from the morgue to transplant their brains, and they know that the people funding it are going to love them. This is a very screwed up world that this movie takes place in.
Yeah, but it has its own logic.
Oh, yeah, it totally has its own logic. I just love how you're thinking about this world, and you're like, geez Louise, people break into homes and drop people off in animal preserves and lions murder you.
Well, that's your problem, Mark. You're thinking too hard. This is a movie that you just accept.
Oh, no, I absolutely did. And so, like, this is really tough. These kind of movies are tough to talk about as well. And the only reason why is it's not so – there's no glaring mistakes in this film because it had such a short, truncated production schedule, and it had no time to be created. So I think it should be applauded more for having a logical framework and getting all the shots needed to make it work. But then it's also so silly that it's like Aquaman. And Aquaman is one of the most insane movies ever made, but it knows it is. So you can't really call it insane because it's just what it is. Does that make sense?
It does make sense, and I'm glad you brought that up because I also was having a hard time thinking about what we were going to talk about this. And so I was going through the extras on the Blu-ray, and I pinpointed this moment when the director said, comedy is the most forgiving movie genre. And so I wanted to talk about that a little bit because I think it's interesting. I think I agree with him. I find it very difficult to talk about any comedy in this podcast or my own podcast. So whenever we talk about comedy, I'm like, it's funny or it's not. I don't have a lot else to say. If a comedy has a story arc that's not plot driven, it becomes a dramedy, and then it's more drama than comedy. So I struggle a little bit.
I think with that, it's just kind of, oh yeah, that joke was funny.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That joke, that was a good bit, and that was a good gag. And they all kind of follow the same structure. So yeah, you're right. It's definitely hard unless it is a bonkers comedy. Like something like an action comedy or a horror comedy. I think those are easier to talk about. Like Tucker and Dale. Actually, I'd have a hard time talking about Tucker and Dale because I just love that movie. But I would say like Big Trouble in Little China, that has a lot of comedy aspects into it, but it's so layered and weird that it's worth talking about.
It's more like an action movie with comedy elements.
Yeah, and so I think that's kind of easier. But I don't know, man. There's something I want to talk to you about, and that's the fact that Denise Richards, I think she's really good in this movie. She got cast probably the week beforehand, but what makes this movie good is how earnest she is. She plays everything 100% straight. And I think I liked her, and Paul Walker's kind of funny in this movie too. They're just two, like, what did he, innocent, nice kids. And I don't know, I just like the way, like, they are in some absurd situations, but they play it really well. Did you get that from Denise Richards?
I did. I absolutely got that. She plays it straight. It's like there's two tracks. There's the characters who play 100% real, and then there's the audience representation, which is like the mad scientist and Byron who are hamming it up. So you could associate like which side you want to go with. You're like, do I want to take this seriously? Okay, it's Denise Richards and Paul Walker and the animatronic T-Rex, or it's the mad scientist.
Like there's scenes where Denise Richards has to do charade with a T-Rex, and she does it like you almost believe it. And it's listen, you're gonna be shaking your head, but I just really like the way that she listen, you have no time to prepare, no time for anything. Here's an outfit, and now play charades with a giant T-Rex. But I think she did a good job.
She did. That's the thing. I can't make fun of her performance. It's very sweet. And earnest. And
Paul Walker too. I think he's just funny when he's like, "Ow, that hurts." Like he's just very. That's what I like the most about Paul Walker. I think when he was around, I think he does the best freakouts in any film. So you watch him freaking out in movies, he has the best freakout that you could possibly imagine. All right, so you watch Running Scared, right?
Okay.
When he's just running around scared, he freaks out really well. You watch movies like Joyride, he just does a really good job yelling and looking surprised and actually pulling off that something is horrible is happening. Like when he's driving, I think he does a great job of kind of pulling off the excitement of that. Into the Deep, Into the Blue, I think, with his scenes. I don't know, I really like the way that there's an earnestness to his performances, and I thought he was like one of the best at freakouts. But not like a Nick Cage freakout, more of like a believable freakout.
A believable.
Yeah.
Cage is not good at the believable freakout. Yeah, you're right.
But he's good, and I don't know, I dug him in this movie. I mean, I like all these characters. Like Billy is a character from a horror movie, right? I always in this movie, Billy is Denise Richards' ex-boyfriend, and he's a murderer. Basically, he is an out of high school guy who just steamrolls everybody, and his buddy is Sean Whalen Weasel. I don't know if you guys know him, but he was the serial killer in Jury Duty. He was one of the crew in Twister. He was the paper boy in Batman Returns. But he was Roach in People Under the Stairs.
There you go. That's the one I was waiting for. And he was in the Aaron Burr commercial. He was the guy with the peanut butter in his mouth.
Oh, wow. That's but he's been in so many movies, and I love when he dies, he just drops meat onto the ground. Did you hear his interview?
No, that's the one I didn't get to.
So yeah, he had just gotten married, and they had this massive trip planned with his family, but then he got this role, so he didn't go and do it. And he didn't know what it was. He showed up on set. There was one trailer for everybody. He said everybody on set was super cool. He loved Paul Walker. And his death scene when Weasel is peeing on a T-Rex foot and gets his chest burst open, they just gave him a handful of guts and he just dropped them on the ground.
You could see it I went back and rewound that to see it, and he literally just is cupping it and moves his hand and they just slap the ground.
But that's perfect.
It's so good.
Isn't it? That's funny. I don't know. That's a good bit right there. I love the stories he told. And also, did you listen to Billy telling the story about the testicular standoff between him and Paul Walker?
Yes.
Oh, that's so. He's like, they tried to give us giant cups, and we're like, well, that doesn't work. And then they both wanted to quit the film because no one was telling them what to do. So then they just both didn't wear cups, and then they just sat there squeezing each other's, dicks for like a full day.
Well, we're on the.
And then he was wearing oh, what a weird scene.
It's really weird, but also amazing. So there's several moments in this movie where I actually paused and grabbed my head because I was like, what am I watching and why have I never watched this before? My girlfriend was sitting next to me and she's like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm the happiest I've been in months. But I want to go through the best gags of this film.
Oh yeah, there's so many good gags in this.
Yeah, so let me see here. So my favorite gags in order, and these are 4 of them. I don't have 5. I guess I do actually have 5. Okay. 1, the funeral scene. The whole funeral scene in which Denise Richards is dressed like Blossom.
Yeah.
And a sexy Blossom at her boyfriend's funeral, and the animatronic T-Rex is way in the background watching. I find so subtly funny.
Where anybody could see it, right?
Yeah, exactly. The morgue scene where they're trying to pick out a new body.
Oh gosh.
For Michael.
I don't want a sister. Well, he isn't racist.
What I couldn't get, I didn't know if this was part of the film or not, is that as the T-Rex, Michael kept pointing down whenever they showed a male, and I was wondering if he was trying to see the guy's dick. He wasn't saying, no, I don't want that body. He's like, no, I want to see what's down below.
Oh man, that movie's probably too earnest for that, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. The Michael Billy fight scene is
perfect.
Amazing.
I mean, okay, I've seen high school fights before. Okay, I think in the history of the world, a testicular standoff has happened.
Oh yeah, somewhere. But
I mean,
would
they're
think it'd be
spearing each other. Like, they captured the essence of a high school fight pretty well there.
Which is not very good.
Yeah, exactly. It's just ugly. Like, elbow drops and spearing people. The first fight I ever got into was in 4th grade, and I elbow dropped the guy, and I won immediately.
That's how you win all the way up through, say, sophomore year.
This bully tried to catch my foot. This bully tried to kick me. I grabbed his foot, threw him on the back, knocked all the wind out of him. Then I did an elbow drop on him like Macho Man because I watched wrestling, and it was over. Backyard brawl, won in like 12 seconds.
Good for you. Good for you.
I grew up a feral kid in Florida, man. That's what we do.
Wrestled gators and elbow drop people.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think there's one more I just want to make sure we catch is the T-Rex phone scene.
Oh my gosh, where he checks for the quarter.
But it's not even that. His arms wouldn't be long enough to go to his head. So it doesn't make any sense with physics.
We gotta give props to the lady on the phone. So when Paul Walker gets his brain installed into a computer, he decapitates a scientist, and then he literally smushes a guy into a cartoon smush. Like a Roger Rabbit gets steamrolled over smush. And as he steps out, there's a woman on the phone. She's like, oh my gosh, a T-Rex has smushed a guy. And before she runs away, she places the bet that she's trying to put into her bookie.
It's so much dedication.
I love that lady, man. I think she is awesome. So she places her bet. It speaks a lot about gambling if you think about it. And, oh gosh, I love that scene. And then I like the 2 people that come outside too. Give me your keys. Like, they seem like a real couple. The way that they're just bickering with each other.
Yeah.
And then she wants to turn him into a purse.
I imagine they added that scene because they're like, we need to hit 90 minutes.
Yeah, we need to have this dance scene in the beginning that's minutes long, and then we need long credits. Oh, so get this. I showed Shadow the Vampire to my students, and it's a movie that is incredibly short, almost 85 minutes, something like that. And I showed it to my students, and the credits are 5 minutes long. The opening credits.
So it's an 80-minute movie. Yeah,
so it taught me, I said, this is what you do when your movie isn't 80 minutes. I was like, your movie has to cross a threshold. So if it isn't crossed that threshold, you just make your intro credits and credits at the end incredibly long or slow. And so a 5-minute credit scene for Shadow the Vampire.
Yeah. Do you know, I believe it's Meet the Spartans?
Uh-oh.
It's that the satire that came out right when 300 was around. That movie's like 60 minutes max.
Wow. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Is it a satire?
No, it's not a satire. No, this movie or Meet the Spartans.
No, I wasn't trying to correct you, but Meet the Spartans, okay,
it's just not really.
It recreates scenes, correct? And with gags.
Yeah. It's not really a satire because it's no through thread.
Imagine talking about that movie on the podcast.
I don't think it's possible. I mean, we could talk for 2 hours about it. Would someone want to listen to it? I don't think they would.
Exactly.
Like, when's the last person besides you and me to even reference that movie? And we're not even referencing the movie. We're referencing like it's only 60 minutes because someone screwed up.
It would be our best podcast ever and have about 8 listeners. And that would be close to yeah. But no, I mean, the fight scene I do love. I just like with Denise Richards screaming no, just her massive screams, and then you have Byron just going, oh yeah. Byron's a good friend though. I have to say. So they're like he kind of ride or dies with Denise Richards. They fight Billy. He threatens to scratch people's eyes out, which is a great threat. He brings her kamikaze drinks with vodka chasers. He believes her when she talks to him. He's with her the whole. Byron's a good friend, and he gives Paul Walker good advice about true love. He's a ride or die friend, man. You want to have Byron as a friend.
He steals almost every scene.
Yeah, he's those. All right, I don't know if you paid attention, but those cops, some of those comments. So I picked this up on the third time I watched this movie. The comments that the cops made about him. Did you hear those?
Yeah. That's one of the few things I disliked about the film. It felt like they were a little bit mean.
That's not even fun. Like, don't drop your keys when you're around him. I was like, oh. I was actually more into the father-son relationship with the sheriff and him. Like they seem. Yeah. They seem to have a nice understanding of each other. You never really get that on screen. I like the sheriff and Byron's relationship.
Byron's great.
I looked up something on IMDb, and so Neville, who was played by George Buck Flower, who's one of the deputies, I love. So he's been in everything, but I love his filmography because I think it's a trend. But he's played a bum, a wino, a window washer, a drifter, a homeless man, a bearded man, a drunken man, a heckler, a redneck, a rich tramp, and an old man. That's the name of his characters.
I guess he needs to be a shoe shiner and a chimney sweep, and he's great.
Oh, I would love him as a chimney sweep. Hey, governor. Speaking Cockney, stuck in a chimney. Oh my gosh, I would love that.
One of the things that I wanted to ask you, Mark. Mm-hmm. So, like, if you had to have your mind transplanted into a robot, a modern day robot, what's the worst one? The worst possible robot you could be dropped into?
Like an animal robot? Like, you know what I mean?
You can interpret it however you want.
What would the worst thing be?
Yeah.
I guess the worst thing would be oh man, that's an interesting. So my brain, my brain has to fit into it, correct?
Well, within reason. Okay. If you need some time, I can go. I have one picked.
What would you do?
Okay. The worst one, the one that I would never want to be placed into, is a Roomba.
Oh man.
I would be worried that one, I can't control the sensors. And two, I can't go downstairs. And three, I'd be dominated by a cat just sitting on me.
You know what? I'd be a Roomba then if I could have a cat. If I could have a cat sitting on me. So this way I know I'm doing things, right? I'm cleaning. I'm helping out. I got a cat with me. So, I'm not good company, but at least, man, that's like that one lady from Rogue One's brain being inserted into the Millennium Falcon. So the worst thing.
It's just you'd be a smart refrigerator, which would also be horrible.
Just keep things cold.
You can't really interact with anyone.
I mean, why have I drawn? I never draw complete blanks, but I've drawn a complete blank right now. Let's see. What's the worst? What would be so annoying?
A bridge, a mechanical bridge. You just can only go up and down.
Maybe something that's seasonal, because I get put up in the attic for the year. I wouldn't want to be in like an animatronic Santa or something like that.
That's really good. A waving animatronic Santa.
And then they just put me upstairs in the attic for 11 months out of the year. So the Roomba would have it made.
I feel like I've come up with a better one, but the idea of a big mouth Billy Bass, and then you're stuck inside of it.
Oh, that'd be bad.
That would be really bad. That's a movie we need to get working on.
I wouldn't mind being the gopher that dances.
At
least you get to jam out. Right?
Yeah, that's good. That's a good one. Yeah, that's not bad. What were your favorite scenes?
Oh gosh, so I have a bunch of highlighted things. Okay, so I'm not trying to sound. I love the scene where Paul Walker is talking with Denise Richards. He gets into a big fight with Billy. They get into a testicular standoff and they break up. Later on, Tammy calls up Paul Walker and he's just sitting in his room being bummed. And she goes, "Hey, I want you to come over." And he goes, "I'm on my way." And then he goes, "Yes!" And then he goes into his drawer, grabs a condom, but you can see the excitement on his face. Like he's just sitting there going, "Yeah!" And then he shows up at her house and he's just like an 8-year-old kid acting really nervous. He's like, "Oh man, I'm so nervous." And he says that too. He's like, I don't know, I know that's random, but just seeing him be so like, that's he just like he pulls that off, right?
Yeah,
Then,
you see him being a teenage boy.
Yeah,
like that's like the most realistic part of the film. Like that's how you're gonna react, right?
And then the doctor, when he shows up, the doctor's name is Gunther. He was the one who wants to. It's Gunther and Helga.
Mm-hmm.
And so I like when he's beating on Paul Walker's chest, and he's like, "Live, live, live." Yeah, well, that's it. It's good. It's good timing. It's by the guy who Weekend at Bernie's guy, which is funny. The dead body. And then let's see. I like the gambling lady. I like when the cars smush on the people. The bartender I thought was pretty interesting. Interesting character. And then let's see. The weirdest line in this movie. Weirdest line. The doctor and Helga are sitting outside of Denise Richards' house. They're waiting for her. Denise Richards comes back and he's like, "Oh, she's been with a dinosaur." And Helga goes, "How do you know that?" He goes, "Look at the way she's walking."
That guy's such a perv.
And I was like, what?
But here's the thing. We saw the dinosaur. He had no animatronic dong.
That's so weird that guy says that. Like, he had free reign to improv, you could tell. And then also at the end, when she comes home from school, she has an 18-year-old brain that has a video camera for eyes in her bedroom. And she just pours whiskey on his brain. 2 shots. Like, big pours. In, like, 2 minutes. She just dumps whiskey into his brain.
So I don't quite understand the ending of this movie. Denise Richards is doing a sexy dance for the brain. But I am here for the dance, and because it's not actually very sexy. It's very awkward and weird.
Yeah, she didn't want to do it.
She did not want to do it. I actually kind of feel like she might have been forced into doing it. But it's sort of sweet because it's so awkward. You know what I mean? It's like innocent in a way.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man, this is like a really good role. Like she has this. He keeps saying it during the movie, but the innocence, yeah. Like you could tell she didn't want to do it. It's very awkward. The stuff they're saying to each other. It's a weird scene, but it's so weird that it worked. Someone wrote that.
So they were very high when they wrote it.
And he was pretty plowed by then. And she was going to go check out the frozen bodies of skiers. He's like, "Oh yeah, I like skiing." They're trying to find him a body.
I was impressed that Vinegar Syndrome, they put out the Gore cut of this film, managed to get an interview with Denise Richards about this film.
She had nothing but nice stuff to say about it.
Yeah, I was shocked. I was like, oh, she actually had a really good time and was just enjoyed making this film.
Now, I did get a little annoyed because, I worked on film sets for years. Mm-hmm. And I did like 150 plus production sets that I was on easily. And they're talking about how in this movie you can see you can see smoke in the background. There were massive fires around the area. This AD one day went up to the fire marshal, gave him a couple $100. He's like, "Okay, you can stay here for a couple extra hours." And when Denise Richards was talking about it, she said, "I really appreciated." Like, she's like, "This was crazy filmmaking. Like, a fire was coming and we just barely got out, but we had to get the shots." And she's like, "I admire Stewart for doing that." But I got to tell you, man, I don't admire Stewart for doing that. I've been on film sets where there's been injuries, where there have been deaths. I was on the show one time. I don't want to say what it is, but I was walking and I was in the deep muck in the Everglades with the camera. I stepped into a gator hole. They're like, if there's if there's an area in the ground that's sunk, but it's kind of shallow in diameter, it means a gator has crawled out just its body and it can sink in there and wait to strike when something swims over its head. Like, I was stepping in those, and the people were telling me not to drop the camera. Hearing them say, the AD, and it's a very old school Hollywood thing to do is get the shot. The AD gets the shot. We got to get the shot. But I don't know, when you're putting your crew at risk, I mean, they got it and everything was fine, but it kind of annoyed me because I've seen some really bad accidents, and I've been in some weird spots, and I don't know, that triggered me, I guess. I didn't like it.
Yeah, it kind of annoyed me too, and made me a little bit scared for the crew, even though this was 30 years ago.
And then also, go for it. Sorry.
Well, I just wanted to expand upon how dangerous this was, because during the interviews they said it was 20 miles were engulfed in 20 minutes or something, and I might be exaggerating, but it was a fire that just swept through Thousand Oaks very quickly.
Yeah, I mean, it moves fast. I love that movie, Only the Brave. It's incredibly underrated. Not many people have watched it. It's one of the best looking movies you could possibly see. And it tells a true story of these firefighters that fight those kind of fires. And one day they just went out there and then they just got completely swarmed in no time and burned. So it's just it's just I don't know, that annoyed me. I'm getting on a high horse here. But I also like what Stewart said during his interview, that it was just him talking, that I found to be very engaging when he said when he's shooting. So the difference, can I explain a couple things for you? I don't want to be like Mark explaining. So when you're on a $200 million movie, sometimes you have time to set up in between takes. Like we dropped a car. Now we have to de-rig it, clean it up, put another car on the rig to drop it. So that's an all-day process. But when you have no budget and a 2-week shooting schedule, 1-week shooting schedule, you always have to move. You always have to be, after each shot is done, move the camera. So I like that Stewart was talking about how when the shot is done, let's move the camera. Let's go. Like, let's move. And then what he said was really funny, because Chris Kelly and I talk about this a lot on our podcast, because he and I worked on sets. And he goes, if you have a break, people go and get coffee. And I just thought that was really funny, because Stewart's like, no coffee. Like, he moves so fast that people don't have time to go get coffee. And I kind of laughed about that, because I've seen that on many film sets where people are bored, so they just drink coffee because they're not doing anything else. And he doesn't want that on his set, so I love that.
Were you one of those people who would drink coffee?
Oh, yeah. Well, when you're moving, no, because when you're on a busy day, there's nothing like it, man. When you are on a shoot and you are just knocking stuff out, it's unbelievable. It's even hard to remember to drink water because you're just moving. The 12, 14 hours fly by. But when you're doing a 12-hour shoot where all you're doing is dropping 3 cars, you're drinking coffee and standing around in a circle with
holding a clipboard.
Yeah, holding the clipboard, looking at the call sheet, and pointing at things occasionally to make it seem like you're working. So you can't do big groups because the producers will get pissed. But if you are standing next to one person and you're kind of near, like, so you find the person who's working closest to you. So during these days, you have a lockup. And you find the next closest lockup. So when they say, yeah, you know, like rolling, you guys can split up and lock it up. So you find the person closest to you, you get a cup of coffee and just talk for hours a day. And so Chris Kelly and I would make sure that we were like the close to each other on these days, so we would just BS about movies. But yeah, we drank a lot of coffee.
Should we explain a little bit more about how this movie got made? And like, because I felt like the director gave a lot of generalities. Like he said, someone approached him that they had $1 million, and that he thinks this was probably a tax scam.
I mean, it most certainly is. Good write-off. Like, make a picture.
Yeah.
It definitely is. I would say so. And, you know, maybe he already had international rights to the movie, so then he just sold it off. So, yeah, I mean, this is a way to make money, for sure.
Yeah. And then I guess specifically we are watching the Gore cut, but this, when it came out in 1994, it went directly to video, and it was PG-13, and what we watched is the R-rated version, and that the producer, I guess he's the producer, or as you would say the financier, got a hold of the Gore cut and then chopped it together into this family-friendly, quote-unquote, PG-13 movie. And I can't imagine watching this movie thinking it was family-friendly.
I think it would be almost insane. More weird. Like,
it has to be.
Like, there's so many F-bombs. There's so many, like, there's straight up sexy. Am I good? There's so many, that's so funny. There's so many random sex scenes, like, weird. There's guts, blood. Like, what? All right, so you could show the guy getting stepped on once, right? The big muscle man with the sweater.
Yeah.
I guess some of the deaths, did they just cut out all the deaths? Like, did the sign, like, before they killed the computer guy, did he just turn around and have him yelling, then they cut it?
Yeah, Malachi from Children of the Corn.
Man, I did not like, the more I watch that movie, the more the more I can't stand that guy. I get so tired of him. He's probably my least favorite character in the movie. Because just, I don't know, his overacting I don't know, I like the overacting of Gunther and Helga, but his just got on my nerves.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Okay.
I think you would end up with a surreal movie that doesn't make any sense if you cut out all the horror.
Just like, do they have the morgue scene still?
You have to have that scene, right? Like, you would just have to cut out, like, the part where they look under the sheet at the guy to see how big he is.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but I've never watched the PG-13 version, even though it is on the DVDs that we have. And I think most people probably would know that version and not the version that we watched.
Yeah, that'd be so weird. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna do it.
All right, I hope you let me know. I don't want to taint myself because I love the Gore cut so much.
I think it's gonna be weirder, so I kind of want to see it. Like this is a movie. I don't know. This is a movie though. There's a scene in this film where Byron shows up and Denise Richards is hiding out with the T-Rex, and Byron goes, "Are you decent?" And it's like, what would she not like? I don't get that. Like, I love how fun. Like, I love this movie, man. It's so crazy.
He's very proper. He's a good guy.
I like when he tells that lady to get out of the way. Did they keep the chew my rope scene in the PG-13 version?
They might be able to get away with that one.
Why is Helga chewing the rope and not just untying it?
Because it's weird, and they're just trying to get as many jokes as possible into the movie so people don't think about it too hard. Or that's really what it was. It was like, okay, all right, this was a serious scene. Okay, make anything funny so if someone's entertained, move to the next scene.
Yeah.
It's the equivalent of like an action movie. It's like the last Star Wars movie where it's just action wall to wall. But if you stop to think about any one point, it doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Why? Yeah. I kind of liked. I like that movie when I don't think about it. I think it's a lot of fun. It's a good. It's gonna be a good. It's gonna be a good cable movie.
I like movies when I don't think about them. It's true though, right? Like, but it also negates the podcaster.
Yeah, you're right. You know, man, you just gotta enjoy the movies, man. But we don't get too negative on films. I think the things we explore are just the random areas, the kind of behind the scene. I don't like to get too negative on this.
Same, yeah.
But, I mean,
yeah, I think that.
How could you? You can't. Okay, if you watch this movie and hate it, what's your argument? It's a terrible movie. You just didn't get it. Like what? I don't like telling people you didn't get it because I think. Oh, go for it.
No, you can finish your thought. I think I have an idea of what someone would say.
Oh no, I want to hear it. What is it?
If you're watching this film and you don't like it, I think there are a couple of different things. You would, one, say that plot doesn't really make sense because the plot is getting Michael's body back and they never get Michael's body back.
Yeah, it gets destroyed in like a few days by bugs.
Which is it's a great twist, by the way.
Oh, they just start yelling and saying, ew. Oh, man, it's brilliant.
It doesn't have anything, I'm going to say there, and that's not great technical language. But what I mean by that, it doesn't have a overall theme. I mean, the theme could be revenge is good, revenge is bad. There's love. Yeah, the themes aren't worked out very well. The acting is not very good, but it's good for a B movie.
Yeah.
So those are kind of things. I think it's someone who wants to see a movie and get something out of it. What you get out of this movie is just entertainment. And nothing's wrong with that personally. I think movies should be treated the way they represent themselves. So if a movie comes out and it's like, we're going to be an Oscar-winning movie, you treat it like an Oscar-winning movie. If a movie comes out and says, I'm just trying to entertain you, you look at it as just entertainment.
Is this movie pro-computers or anti-computers?
Oh my God. It has to be... It has to be. I don't know. It's such a hard question. I guess it is anti-computer.
But then doesn't a computer sort of save him at the end with the experiment?
Sort of. But he also goes on a killing spree, and they're trying to put him back into a normal body. They could put him into an animatronic human body.
Who are these investors, and what did they want with this animatronic-brained dinosaur? Is this an early version of Jurassic World? Where they want to weaponize dinosaurs?
I hope so. I hope there's a government lab somewhere who's like, all right, if we put soldiers in the Velociraptor robots, we can take over the world.
Whoa.
This was at a time in the early to mid 90s where dinosaurs were everywhere. There was the Whoopi Goldberg T-Rex movie.
Land Before Time.
Oh my God. Mario Brothers. It was dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Like there's so many dinosaurs everywhere.
Yep.
And they're not really around as much today.
No. Yeah, I mean, Jurassic Park did it, right? It's just...
You're not going to beat Jurassic Park.
No, absolutely not. Hey, so go for it.
I do have one thing before we jump.
Yeah.
What dinosaur would you want your brain put into?
It's got to be little, all right?
Okay.
So, I would probably... What dinosaurs have the... Maybe I could fly? That'd be pretty...
That would be pretty cool.
You know what? I'd probably be I'd be a pterodactyl.
That's good. That's a good one. I started thinking about this, and I was like, a T-Rex is honestly a really good choice.
Yeah.
But I started looking up types of dinosaurs, and I found one that is relatively new that we probably wouldn't have known about when we were younger, and it's called the Spinosaurus.
Oh, yeah.
Or AKA the spine lizard.
Isn't that the thing that killed the T-Rex in Jurassic World 3?
I didn't see Jurassic World 3.
Oh, don't ever watch Jurassic World 3.
But I was like, if I'm going to put my mind into a dinosaur, I'm going to pick the biggest, scariest one, because the whole point of doing it is to be intimidating. So pick the Spinosaurus.
That's what kills the T-Rex in the third one.
Okay.
And it's the main antagonist. I would worry about someone shooting me if I was the bird. But everyone knows that it's Mark flying, correct?
Yeah, we'll say that, yeah.
Like, hey, there's Mark, don't shoot it. Like, hey, Mark the pterodactyl's at work today, checking in.
And then if there was one that I could just do and I wouldn't have to worry about intimidating people, I would be a Triceratops.
I would get a job with Uber Eats. Strap the bag onto my foot, right? And just fly there. I'd clean up.
You would make $1 million. Those tips would be through the roof.
Just a pterodactyl showing up at your front doorstep with some nachos. And also, Lost World taught us that, I mean, there's different types of pterodactyls in the scene, so don't knock me for doing, there's different variations. But they can grab onto feet and hold on to people really well. So I could definitely have hold a phone. You know, I could work a remote.
Yeah, you probably have like a thing over your ears and a mouthpiece.
Yes. We can talk.
Yeah, sure.
Whoa. I would fly to, you know what, man? I would fly to games and concerts. I would sit on top of like amphitheaters and watch shows for free, even though people are like, man, Mark, that jerk, you know, like listening to the concert.
He doesn't support artists.
And now that there's sofas in movie theaters, there's plenty of room for me.
Yeah. We really got to the bottom of this.
I would make them hang like a fake tree in every theater and just go sit on it. I want this.
Well, we have to get a drawing of it.
Yeah.
Is there a listener out there that can help us out?
This is life-changing right here. I need this. So but I look like a pterodactyl, correct? I don't have like a mark head.
Yeah, you look like a pterodactyl.
Oh, man. I think we did it. Thanks for this question, man. I love that.
You're welcome. I worked real hard on it. Was doing research. Looked up the 10 most famous dinosaurs.
And then I love it. Pterodactyl. I'm in. All right, here we go. Let's take a quick break, and when we come back, I got a surprise for you. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
All right, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Movies, Films, and Flicks. And I know we have a draft later, David, but I want to do one really quick with you. I want to do a Paul Walker draft, but we can't use Fast and Furious movies.
Now, but I think it's his best role.
No, I'm telling you, dude, look through his IMDb. He has some solid flicks. And I started to say no to you. That's wrong. It's an opinion matter, so there is no there. So
no, I get it. I get it.
I should say I disagree with you.
Can I pick?
I don't even disagree with you. I agree with you, but I'm just I was Paul Walker fan. So pick a number 2, 1, and 2.
2.
All right, you go for it.
Okay. All right. I'm going to pick Varsity Blues.
Oh man, that's a good one. All right, I'm gonna do Joyride. You know, that's a highly rated horror film. Look it up on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes. Really highly rated. All right.
Okay. This is a movie that I loved when it came out, but I haven't seen it in 15 years, so who knows if it's still good. The Skulls. I'm going to do Running Scared. Running Scared, I have not seen that one.
It's good. Vera Farmiga crushes it.
Okay. So this is, again, a movie that I think's ridiculous, and I remember laughing when I was younger watching it. Timeline.
Oh, I was going to do that.
I knew you were going to do that.
That one's weird because Donner directed it, and he kind of directed it in the same way that, you know, in Goonies, when they're all talking over each other, they're kids. He did the same thing with adults, and it feels really weird. Yeah, same with Uncut Gems. That's something I noticed in that film, and I really bugs me because I can't pay attention to what's happening. Man, I'm gonna do Pleasantville because he's really good. That's a great one. Yeah, that's a great one. Yeah, man, I'm honestly out of Paul Walker movies, though I can recommend. What? I had made a list because I knew you were going to ask me this. I knew you were going to come at me. I'm going to say an audible here while I look up him on IMDb. He was in the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones video, Wrong Thing, Right Then. That's awesome. And dude, he's in Flags of Our Fathers. He's very good in that. He's in Eight Below.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's in Eight Below, the dog sled movie.
I do remember that barely. What's up with dog sled movies? There's always a dog sled movie like every 5 years.
He's in She's All That.
She is?
Yeah.
He is? Okay. Yep. All right. Do you want to let me pick?
Well, it's your pick. Take whatever you want. I'm trying to help.
Yeah, you're doing great. Let's see here.
Takers.
I'm gonna do She's All That. That is actually an excellent movie.
All right, So no one's gonna know this movie, but I'm gonna take Hours because I think it's his best role. So basically, what it is he is it's a sad movie. So he goes into a hospital with his wife. She's giving birth, but then a massive hurricane hit New Orleans, and all the power goes out, and she ends up passing away with the baby lives, and he has to stay in this crazy hospital keeping his baby awake on this generator so it can keep breathing while all these people are ransacking it and attacking it, and he has to just keep his baby alive during this storm locked in a hospital trying to keep the kid alive. And the final scene, man, it got me all choked up. He does a really good job acting in it, so I'm gonna give him Hours on that.
Nice. I think I'm gonna go with Into the Blue. I feel like that's a classic one for him.
Jet ski action picture.
Love jet skis.
Josh Brolin. Josh Brolin's in it.
He's in a lot of movies we've been talking about recently.
Brick Mansion. Oh yeah, Brick Mansion. All right, let's see. All right, I just gotta. So it's either Eight Below or Flags of Our Fathers, and he has a tiny role in Flags. So Adam Beach is excellent in Flags of Our Fathers. I don't know if you watched that, but I love him in that movie. I'm gonna say Eight Below because that was a big box office draw. A lot of people went to that. They enjoyed it. So you have Varsity Blues, The Skulls, Timeline, She's All That, Into the Blue. I have Joyride, Running Scared, Pleasantville, Hours, and Eight Below.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good list.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
So I thought you would do this for Denise Richards, actually, Mark.
Oh.
And then I realized that there are only maybe 8 Denise Richards movies that I really want to watch.
I mean, if you want to do it, I'll do one with you.
I really don't think we could do 5. I mean, we could do 10, but I think we'd be going real deep to get to 10.
Let's see. Starship Troopers. What else has she done?
Wild Things. Drop Dead Gorgeous.
Oh, Love Actually. Oh, Drop Dead Gorgeous is really good.
Yeah.
She did a bunch of Christmas movies. I love those.
Yeah. She's Christmas Jones from The World Is Not Enough.
Oh, yeah. I like Sophie Marceau a lot in that movie, and I feel like no one talks about her because everyone makes fun of Denise Richards. All right, we can skip that one. No,
yeah, that's a hard one.
Why was Billy wearing dog tags? Is he a military vet?
Possibly. Or they're his dead father's, and, that's why he's lashing out at society because he didn't have a parental figure. But that was a thing at the time, though. This is a super 90s fashion movie.
Why is
everyone was wearing grunge.
Why is he so angry?
Well, he just seems like a guy who thinks the world owes him something.
And he also seems to have a lot of hanger-oners. So he seems like it's a weird thing. The world owes him something, but he also seems used to getting his way. And in a very abusive way. But he also has these people that cheer him everything he does. So it's this weird combination of insecurity, but then also delusions of grandeur.
Yeah. I mean, it could be that he just bullied them into joining his gang.
But they love him. I do love how Weasel's how far are we going? All the way. But you think his buddies will back away eventually, but they always just roll with him. And that one lady who gets her leg bit off in the convertible when Billy's asking her if he's good, which is a really funny scene. She's evil.
Yeah. Yeah, she is. Speaking of kills, do you want to rank the kills?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
So do you know all the kills? So
I do. I wrote them down.
Okay. So I want to hear your ranking.
Okay. Number 1, the muscle man getting smashed.
That's your favorite?
That's my favorite. It's ridiculous.
He gets flat. He becomes a deflated balloon.
Yeah. Followed by the roboticist getting his head bitten off and running around like a chicken without a head.
Oh, he runs 20 feet.
Yeah. Weasel. Because he just it doesn't make any sense. He just drops the blood, drops the guts because it's so bad it's good. The girl gets her leg bitten off while having sex fully clothed.
Oh yeah, am I good? Oh my gosh, what a weird scene.
She did that stunt herself, so good for that actress. Yeah. The gang members who get smashed by the car, which is super gory.
Head explodes.
Their head explodes. They show it twice. It's crazy. Billy, which I don't think is that great of a kill, but it's still, it's on there.
The gross head looks good.
Yeah, it
right?
does. Yeah. And then there's Dr. Gunther, which is, he's disemboweled again. There's another disembowelment, which I docked points for. And then the final one is the gang members who are stepped on off screen because they are stepped on off screen.
Yeah, they're squished. There's two squished gang members. What about Paul Walker's death? It's mean.
I didn't think about adding him. Yeah.
They saw his head off. And they're laughing about it, and blood's flying everywhere. Then they start poking his brain and moving his legs and giving him an erection. It's a weird scene. It's a mean scene. I wrote in my notes, this is mean.
Yeah, I guess if I had to revise it to include Paul Walker, I would put him number 3 behind the roboticist who gets his head bitten off.
They just saw his head off when he's still alive. They just murder him.
Yeah. But is he murdered? Because his brain's still working.
That's a good point. I mean, in a court of law, yes. Like, it's like, do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I do.
No, I'm sorry. I was like in the mindset of a judge talking to a lawyer, where the lawyer's arguing, the judge is like, "Come on, man, come on, guy, come on, person." Like, you know what I meant. Oh,
what is your rank?
Okay, so the Smush is first for sure. Weasel is 2, just because the gag, like. That's such a cheap, brilliant, beautiful gag. And then I gotta go with the lady's foot getting picked up, because that's just such a crazy scene. Then the smush guys in the car, the doctor's last, and then I guess we'll do the guy that gets decapitated and runs and falls over. Then Paul Walker, I guess. Is that it? And then Billy. Yeah, Billy. The only reason I like Billy is because of the way the head looks after it drops on the ground. And you're like, yeah, it's definitely not a watermelon. There's the nose. And then everyone starts laughing.
They're eating popcorn while they're doing it, too. It's
oh, my gosh.
So crazy.
Yeah, so I think that... And then do I have anything left?
I think you have the gang members who are stepped on off screen.
Yeah, that's last.
Yeah, they're not great.
What about that... All right, so the cops, right? They're talking about Helga and Gunther. And they're like, where's that crazy scientist and that lanky bitch? I was like, what are they saying? This was a very 90s movie, was it not?
It was. It was incredibly 90s. Yeah.
Efron Ramirez was from Napoleon Dynamite, was in this as a pizza guy.
That's part of the attraction of this film, that you have all these people that you recognize in it, and you're like, why are you slumming it? Yeah. But most of them weren't. They were just young.
Someone said something interesting in this movie is all of them had some form of momentum. So... Denise Richards had been working since 1990. She had been staying busy. Paul Walker had been acting since the 80s. Weasel had already been in... Sean Whalen had been in Batman. He had been in People Under the Stairs. Billy had been in a bunch of stuff. The one guy was in Weekend at Bernie's. They had some pretty big this is really random, but I don't know if you caught this. But one of the girls at the one of the lady with the bad breath at the party she's a big actress. She moved on to do a ton of TV. I don't know if you knew that.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, when Byron said she had bad breath, here, let me find her name. Yeah, so Pippi, let me see her name. I'm going to pull it up. I know I'm dragging it down here. But you guys, I think you might like this because she moved on to Cold Case, I think the TV show is. And then Poppy Montgomery. So she was in Without a Trace from 2002 to 2009. Then she did a show called Unforgettable where she was a star from 2011 to 2016. Now she did a show called Reef Break. So she's been crazy successful and she popped up in this movie. So I don't know, man. This was a cast they put together. They put it together a real cast. Oh, she was in Dead Man on Campus. I got some beers. Let's drink them. I don't know. I just thought that was kind of funny seeing all these. I mean, when I first heard that there was a movie with Denise Richards and Paul Walker where he gets his brain inside of a T-Rex, I'm like, I have to watch this. I have to see this movie.
Yeah, I think I sent you the YouTube link.
Yep, you were the first person to tell me about it. Yeah. This movie was made for you.
It was. And that's also why I'm struggling talking about it. Because I'm like, what do you want me to say? I love this movie? I do. I love this movie.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did you get a time machine, go back, and pose as a producer, steal some money like in Time Cop, you stole some gold from the Confederates during the Civil War, then you went to 1993 and you called the director, and you were just this kind of shadow guy getting this movie made, right? but then you went back in time too quick, and you didn't realize that one of the other producers on it, who you know was kind of your puppet, cut it. What do you think?
Cut the...
Made it from R to PG-13, and then so no one saw it.
I would be so angry.
And then your time machine stopped working, so you never heard about it.
Oh, well, would I be stuck in the 90s?
No, you get to go back, but you couldn't go back to fix the cut.
Oh, I would be.
It got very convoluted.
It did. But here's the thing about the time machine, like if you go back to your original time, you have 30 years for it to get rediscovered again.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
But maybe you couldn't find it. Maybe it was an assault mine in Transylvania and you couldn't find it.
It's just gone. This movie that I spent my fake money on is just gone.
Yeah,
I'd be upset about it.
I mean, you stole it, so I mean, you're not too worried about it. You also funded Pulp Fiction, which makes you very happy.
Oh, that's right. This movie came out the same year as Pulp Fiction came out, so think about that, everyone.
What's better?
I think from an artistic point of view, Pulp Fiction is significantly better. Which movie do I want to watch again? This movie.
Which movie features the better dancing, Pulp Fiction or Tammy and the T-Rex?
Why do you make me choose Tammy and the T-Rex?
The opening dance montage?
Oh my God. So on the documentary, one of the things that creeped me out a little bit is the director kept saying Denise Richards was very attractive.
Yeah.
And then in all his interviews, I read a lot of interviews for this, and he basically says the same thing in all of them. She's very attractive. And I was like, you're kind of creeping me out, dude.
Now, do you think he meant it in a creepy, like, so I've listened to commentaries before with like, oh, she is so, like, really creepy. Do you think he was just stating a fact, or do you think he was going too creeper with it?
I think he straddled the edge. A lot of it, I mean, he gives me the impression of sort of an almost sketchy dude.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah,
like he's probably gonna do the right thing, but there's a chance he won't.
I mean, he added that strip scene that she didn't want to do at the end.
Yeah, and I read about how he was like, so we just took her to a Victoria's Secrets and let her pick out whatever she wanted so she would feel comfortable.
And then, but like Sean Whalen also said something about it. Billy also said something about it. So
yeah,
I don't know. It's yeah, but yeah, you're right. It was creepy. There was a couple times I was like, all right, man, you made your point.
The best part about it, the best like redeeming thing I could say is that he did say, he's like, what helped this movie was that all these people were attractive, including Paul Walker. He was like, they're all attractive, so that helped sell it.
Yeah, he called Paul Walker beautiful.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess he was throwing around stuff for everybody, I guess. He was equal opportunity.
Yeah. But in his interviews, he was throwing so much shade at Denise Richards.
Oh, bad. He's like, yeah, this is her best movie.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, dude, like you made Mannequin 2. Come on.
Now, she did show some range in this film. I know Verhoeven's Starship Troopers was a very stilted performance because that's what Verhoeven wanted. In Wild Things, she was just supposed to be the kind of noir-esque Lolita high schooler, right? So I guess those were fine roles that she was in. So I guess, but yeah, they asked for something not to show a lot of person. And then in World Is Not Enough, just they asked probably too much.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I still think my favorite performance for her is Starship Troopers. Probably because I love that movie.
But if you watch this, I would love to talk about that eventually if you ever want to. What was I going to say? The director, though, I don't know if you watched the latest movies he's made, but it kind of goes on a trend. He'll have like Survival Island with Kelly Brook and Billy Zane. She's in Piranha 3D. And then he has like another movie like Women Who Kill, but it's just a woman on a beach in a bikini killing people. So maybe he has always had that kind of stuff in him.
A little bit of exploitative filmmaking.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, but he's like, I was in the Bahamas making these movies. So I wonder if he just, I mean, I have a question. You can stay busy, right? But you get to make movies close to your house or in the Bahamas. So no one's ever going to look at your movies and say, this is art. They're just going to be like, I guess a job done. But you have a very comfortable life and you get to make these kind of films. Would you do it?
Yes, I think I would. I mean, I would want to write them myself, you know. Yeah. I'm also into horror movies, so I could probably make some interesting horror movies. They won't be, you know, they're not going to be Psycho or Us, but I could make a slasher. I could write a slasher in 2 weeks.
And then go to the Bahamas. And, so you could make I Still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Yeah, okay. That's a respectable film. It's not great. It's respectable.
It's got Jack Black with dreadlocks.
Yeah, it does. That they make fun of in Club Dread.
Oh wow, yeah, I love Club Dread. That's one of my favorites. And I had one more thing. What was it? I forgot. I had a good one, but I can't remember what it was. But overall, man, what were your final thoughts about this movie? You really dig it?
I do. I really dig it. I did find talking about it a little bit hard because the themes aren't clear, but it's a total midnight watch. Get a group of people together and do a viewing. I loved it. I loved it more than I thought I was going to. And I think this is going to supplant my favorite B movie. And my favorite B movie is Velocipaster.
Oh. So you think nice. Is this okay? Are those different B movies, or are they the same kind of B movies?
I feel like I feel like they're the same kind of B movie because they both are super low budget. They both know that they're low budget and are trying to inject humor to just entertain people.
Now, Velocipaster, is it able to get past its brilliant title?
Yeah, Velocipaster is a fantastic film. If you haven't seen it, I 100% recommend it. Laugh out loud funny. More ridiculous than this film.
Whoa.
I highly, highly recommend it.
I was thinking about watching it, but I just screened this again just to kind of get ready for the podcast. But I'll definitely do Velocipaster. Hey, do you want to do our draft now? We have a weird draft going on.
I absolutely do.
All right, so this is what? Bad B movies with dinosaurs, correct?
I just picked B movies.
B movies with dinosaurs.
Well, no dinosaurs.
Oh, wait.
I just picked B movies.
Oh, just B movies.
Yeah, bad B movie monsters.
Oh, bad. Okay, any monsters from B movies.
Yes.
Got it. All right, I did a bunch of dinosaurs, but I think you're going to like my dinosaurs.
I hope so.
That's good. I like it. Different lists. All right, so who'd you pick first?
Okay, so this is sort of an obscure one, but it's the crawling eye from the movie The Crawling Eye, and it's literally just an eye with tentacles crawling around. And I highly recommend you look it up so you can see it and see how ridiculous this thing is.
Does it like jump on your face like a face hugger and plant itself into your body?
It's like the size of a house.
Oh.
So it's like a giant eye the size of a house crawling around with tentacles whipping people and pulling them out of windows and stuff.
Smushing people?
Yeah, it is ridiculous. It's an old film. I think it's from the 50s.
The Crawling Eye. Oh my goodness. 1958. That thing looks amazing.
Yeah, it's so good.
If you type in all the crawling eye scenes from The Crawling Eye, it's on YouTube. I love that. All right, so I have a really weird one, but I included the T-Rex from the movie Caveman with Ringo Starr.
Oh.
I don't know if you ever saw that, but it howls like a wolf. It's like, and there's a blind guy that's rubbing its belly, and it's like, oh. So it's around a lot, and it's just a cheeky foil to Ringo Starr.
Okay. My number 2 pick.
But watch the trailer, and he's rubbing a little T-Rex belly, and the T-Rex is like, oh.
All right, I'm gonna look it up right now. It says T-Rex
Caveman
Ringo.
Yeah, and he's a little claymation guy. He's adorable.
Oh my god,
it's good.
This is ridiculous, Mark. How did you even?
Oh, I watched this movie as a kid. Barbara Bach's in it. Dennis Quaid's in it. Bunch of big names. It's a cheeky little comedy. It's funny.
I miss claymation, dude. Claymation was so much fun.
When we're done, watch the trailer. I think you're gonna like it.
So just to keep this moving, my number 2 pick is the motorcycle from I Bought a Vampire Motorcycle.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there's a movie called I Bought a Vampire Motorcycle. So I'm going to select the vampire motorcycle.
I bought a vampire. What? That just pops right up. Oh my gosh. 1990?
The 90s were a weird time.
It's like Carrie, not Carrie. It's like Christine.
With a motorcycle that is fueled off of blood.
Anthony Daniels? What? This is amazing. When a motorbike gang kills an occultist, the evil spirit he was summoning inhabits a damaged bike. The bike is then bought and restored, but reveals its true nature when it tries to exact vengeance on the gang and anyone else who gets in its way. The bike that runs on blood, not petrol. That's amazing. That makes me happy. All right, so I think this is a B movie, but I'm going to add Triceracop from Kung Fury.
Yeah, that counts. 100%.
Have you seen Kung Fury?
I have. That's awesome. That's a good pick.
I just like that he shoots everyone in their balls. I don't know why Triceracop has that weird hang-up.
It only works against men.
Yeah, but he just shoots in that region all the time, and he just says stock police dialogue. So I had to add Triceracop. All right, who's your third?
All right, this is interesting. So I'm going to pick the Fly from the original Fly because it is
Oh yeah.
It's so weird looking and so bad looking that it's hilarious.
It's just this fly suit over a man.
It's a man in a suit with a fly head, like a styrofoam fly head.
That's what it is. It's not Cronenberg, that's for sure.
No, not at all.
Yeah, I love that movie. I remember I watched it, and yeah, I enjoyed it. I dug that movie. And yeah, you're right. It's a fly head on a dude. I love it. All right, I got a weird one for you, and I guarantee that young David, you saw this box in a video store. Carnosaur.
Okay. Carnosaur. I'm gonna look that up right now.
You've seen this movie poster.
I've 100% seen this movie poster. Yeah. I do not know what it's about though.
So it's just about a little dinosaur that runs amok in a town, and then there's a lady who gets pregnant with dinosaurs. And this was released before Jurassic Park. It's a kind of a Roger Corman jam.
Dude, I love Roger Corman.
He's one of the producers. But yeah, it's just about a jerky, like a manipulated hungry dinosaur, and he's little. But get this, he escapes from a bioengineering company, and it's like Tremors, basically, with it's like Tremors, but with a dinosaur at night. And it's just it's, 83 minutes, R-rated, a lot of blood. But the little Carnosaur is badass. He's just a little deadly thing.
It's dolls, but with a...
Yeah, but you've seen this box, right?
I've definitely seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about. I just never rented it.
All right, what's your next one?
Okay, I think that if we're doing a B-movie monsters, we cannot leave this one out. You just have to include it. And that's the monster from Mars. I believe it's Roman, and that's the character is just basically an ape with a robot head.
Oh, yeah. I love that.
That's probably the number one pick. Should have been the number one pick.
It's a man in an ape suit with a astronaut hat.
Yes. Money is expensive.
Yeah. That's the weirdest costume ever.
Now money. All right, it'll work. We got it in the storage. Just put it together.
Oh man, that is bad. All right. That's a weird one. That's a classic. All right, so my next one is, I don't know if it's a B movie, but it wasn't a popular movie. People didn't really like it, but the only reason I'm adding it is because in the movie, the big budget adaptation, Land of the Lost of Will Ferrell, Danny McBride, there's a scene where Will Ferrell pole vaults into so you think he's going to jump over a T-Rex, but he pole vaults himself directly into the T-Rex mouth and he gets swallowed. So he pole vaults the T-Rex, open his mouth, and he just flies right in. Like he just flies in the T-Rex mouth. And so you think he's dead, but somehow he got into his belly and he started tickling him, and then the T-Rex shits him out.
That's so ridiculous.
But the gag of Will Ferrell flying into a T-Rex's mouth is pretty epic.
Do you think that's a spoof off of Reign of Fire?
Oh yeah, or Tremors?
Yeah. Both. I hope you pick Tremors. I'm not going to pick Tremors, but I hope you do for your last one.
Oh, I did. Wait, no, okay. Or did I?
I don't know. So my final one, this is really hard. So I'm going to walk you through this. I am trapped between the Stuff, which is basically like ice cream, killer ice cream, and the robots from Chopping Mall. I think I lean towards the robots from Chopping Mall because I love how ridiculous that movie is.
Robots, Chopping Mall. Yeah, well, that's a great movie. And it's streaming for free.
Yeah. I highly recommend it, especially if you like Tammy and the T-Rex. They're kissing cousins.
Tubi has it for free if you watch it. If you want to see Chopping Mall. I love that. Is that worth talking about?
I think we could get more out of Chopping Mall than maybe Tammy, and we're doing Tammy. The thing with Chopping Mall is that we can talk about automation and how there's a fear of automation currently, so that film is more relevant than Tammy.
Ooh. I think I had a fancy Blu-ray release, so I might have to hunt that. Sorry about the yawn. I think I might have a fancy Blu-ray release, so I might hunt that down. I like that. All right, so I have two that... All right, I'm going to go with one, but my honorable mention is the baby from Secret of the Lost Legend. There's a baby brontosaurus that they have to save.
I remember that, barely.
You've seen the VHS cover. So if you type in Secret of the Lost Legend, you'll see a little baby brontosaurus that they have to save. It's adorable. Bad movie.
Oh my god, yeah.
But I'm gonna go. This is weird. I'm gonna do the ass blasters and graboids from Tremors 5 Bloodlines. because I don't think Tremors is a B movie, so I went to a later B movie.
Okay, that counts. Okay.
And Jamie Kennedy's in it. They're making a 7th one right now.
Why isn't that a TV show?
They made a pilot with a really great director, and it just didn't get picked up.
Okay.
Which stinks. But yeah, I love the Tremors movies. I've watched them all, so I went from a graboid from Tremor 5.
Yeah. I had one honorable mention, and that was Audrey Jr. from The Little Shop of Horrors. The original. Yeah. You can pick the new one, too. Well, not the new one, but the sequel or remake. But I ultimately didn't include it.
I mean, oh man, he's fun. I'm gonna kill the world. All right, so what should we pick here?
Okay.
Well, what can we get rid of? I think I can drop my. Yeah, Carnosaur's cool, but I think I can get rid of Carnosaur.
I really like Carnosaur.
Oh, okay, then we'll keep Carnosaur.
Yeah, I think that is an underrated one, and I really like it.
Okay, so we'll do Carnosaur. We have to have that gorilla.
Yeah, the gorilla's a great inclusion.
Mars. Your motorcycle has to be in here.
Okay, I'm happy to include the motorcycle. I would gladly drop the crawling eye. I think it's funny, but I included it because I thought it was funny more than scary.
I'll ditch the Triceracop.
Okay.
And then I don't think we need the T-Rex from Land of the Lost because it's more about the gag than the actual T-Rex.
Okay, so then what are we left with?
We have the T-Rex from Caveman, the Fly from The Fly, robots from Chopping Mall, or the Graboids from Tremors 5 Bloodline. And we get to pick 2 of the 4.
I want to go with the Graboids because I feel like that is quintessential.
Oh yeah, and they're in the B movie, so it works.
Yeah.
All right, so let's do the Fly because of its styrofoam head.
It's so dumb. I love it.
Because like the T-Rex is more about the gag in Caveman, and then the robots are cool, but I like these. I like the because we already have a motorcycle.
Yeah.
So we have a vampire motorcycle, a Fly, a Carnosaur, a gorilla with a helmet, and Graboids.
That sounds amazing.
That's perfect. I don't think we could top that.
No, I don't think so either.
Well, this was fun, man. Thanks for recommending this movie to me and then joining me for this.
Well, thanks for having me on.
And then thanks for taking part in the Paul Walker draft. I think it's pretty strong.
It is strong. He has a lot of surprisingly strong movies, but not as many as you would think.
I'm a big Paul Walker fan. Hours is good. I don't know if you guys ever watch it, but check out Hours. It's a good movie. It had me all teared up. It's good. But this was fun. So we're doing Mandy next, correct?
We are. We're doing Mandy next.
Oh, I can't wait to watch that again and again. Chainsaw fights. Oh my gosh. All right. So for me, Mark Hoffmeyer, for David Cross, this is Movies and Flicks. We'll see you next week.